Hi guys, welcome back to the Emerald Lifestyle Podcast. My name is Essy and I'm so glad that you're joining and tracking with me in this new season. So far we've had 2 episodes and this is about to be our 3rd and it's gonna be amazing. Please stay tuned for this one. Karibuni tena sana to Emerald Lifestyle Podcast. Men, I pray that so far my husband's journey and our Reverend's gems have been blessing you and have been helping you to understand where exactly you are and what it is that you need to do. Today's story is really one that is near and dear to me because I know it a little bit. And fun fact, this is interesting. Let me say this before I introduce my guest, is that this is the 2nd time we are shooting this. So you know that this one will be good because it had to be done twice. So good. It had to be done twice. So I feel like also the first time I didn't introduce her well. So let me do that today. Today, my guest. One, first and foremost, she's my best friend. Her name is Miriam. I call her Miriam. No, you call her Pastor Sheila Fabian. Yeah? Okay. With all due respect. So I call her Miriam. She is a woman of God. She loves God so much. She is submitted to the Lord. For her, Jesus is Lord, not just Savior. And also she is a pastor at City Lighters Church. But then before that, she is married to one of our brothers. His name is Fabian. So she is a wife. Hi Fabian, how are you? Please call me and say that you're grateful that I've shouted out that I acknowledge you as the husband to my best friend. Anyway, please help me welcome Miriam. Okay, Pastor Sheila Fabian.
Yeah.
Sasa Miriam, utasema mimi best friend yako sahi.
So this is my best friend's podcast. And I'm so grateful to be here. It's an honor to be here.
Oh.
Hosted by my best friends. Yeah. And just so you know, I'm the one who proposed, so
yeah.
go back.
It's true. I don't know if we'll get to that, but we'll see. Hi Miriam.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry that we have to do this twice. But naonekana ya kwanza kuna maybe stuff hatu kuget kusema.
Yeah.
But also ya kwanza ilikuwa kama tunachapa story. It's like it was literally like our phone call.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of talking.
Yeah.
But today, I think let me set this up for even the audience because you already know.
Yeah.
As you know, in this season, we have been talking about seasons of wilderness and feeding on God's faithfulness and evidence of God's faithfulness. And so Sheila's story, Miriam's story, Sheila, Miriam, Nikita, Miriam, manisha Pastor Sheila. Please, just help me. So as I don't know, it feels so weird because she calls me Emerald. It's like, if she calls me Essy,
It's so weird.
It's very weird. So it's the same thing.
Weird.
Anyway, so Miriam's story is really one that has been, it's an interesting story, and it is one of delay but not denial. And specifically, she is a pastor, and she has gone through the journey towards serving in ministry, but then she's also gone through the journey of waiting to get married, and that's really where I'm shouting out her husband, Pastor Fabian McCoy. I'm sorry, McCoy. I'm sorry, guys. So she's been through different seasons, and that's kind of what I want to touch on, really. And so before we get into the gist of where your husband Fabian comes into the picture, there's this person that Sheila has been, and for you the wilderness is really, it's different. And I'm realizing this as I continue to have these conversations, that everybody's wilderness season is different because God is calling out something different in them. And so for you, before you enter into a wilderness, maybe you can touch on what was happening in your life before and what ushered you into a season where you didn't know it was going to be a season where it is delayed, or you're going to have to wait and it's going to last that long. So what happens before?
So let me also say that between when I started ministry to the time I was just about to get married, I had several wildernesses.
Well,
and so it's like it was this wilderness after like a 10-minute break, quote unquote, I get into the next wilderness waiting for me that will go for another 24, that kind of. So it was one wilderness was kind of like ushering me to the next one.
Okay.
So before that period of my life, I had just quit work because the Lord had called me out of work.
You are a professional HR. I don't think a lot of people know that about you.
No.
Even
actually,
me, I was shocked. I was like, okay, you don't look like the HR type.
Yeah. It's the working of the Lord.
Yeah.
If I may say so myself. So the Lord calls me out of work, and now He's like, so I want you to be a minister, and this is what I have for you.
Yeah.
And so that transition.
But He doesn't do it like that, though.
No, of course, it's
not like okay, get out of work, I'm calling you to be a minister. It's like, no, get out of work, I'm calling you to
quit. Actually, he told me the first time he told me was in April 2017. He said quit, like quit.
2017.
Yeah, like what am I quitting?
This 2017 in a mambo man.
Yeah. Like quit what? Like quit work, like then. And then, so at first I thought he was telling me to quit because I had been praying to get another job.
Okay.
Because I also wanted to go back to school and just pursue my higher education degree. Anywho. So I thought now he was telling me to quit so that he can give me another job.
So you were really career focused?
Oh yeah, I was that girl. And honestly, I think looking at it now, I realized I was not really into marriage like that.
It wasn't anything that crossed your mind. Were you this feminist thing? Is it something like the Miss Independent? I want to be me or whatnot.
Yeah, there was that. I loved the independence. I loved. I could spend the money. I think it was looking at it now. I didn't like accountability.
You wanted to be your own person.
So I needed.
I think even today there is a part of you.
Only
by the doing of the Lord, sister, are we here being accountable to one another.
Yeah. So I think I just packaged it, to look fancy. But in hindsight, I knew it was an accountability issue.
Yeah.
So the Lord calls me out of work, and He's like, I want you to get into ministry. And I didn't know what ministry was because at the time I'd even stopped going to church. So I was just trying out other churches to see where I fit. Or
where were you with God at this point? That you could hear Him so clearly, but you're still not even at church like that.
Yeah, I was very casual with Him because now the church I left, I had left praise and worship first, then I left the church.
Oh,
yeah. So I was just like, let's see where this goes. I want to try something different. But I was very casual with God at the time. But I was also still hearing Him in His mercy, not Sati because
you were doing anything.
No.
I love that.
So, so when I left work, got into ministry. That's the same time that a leak at the time, City Lighters was called a leak, a light in the city, was starting out. So we were doing prayers and then we were doing Bible study. So I knew that's where I was supposed to be. Yeah. So I joined, and there was a match going on.
Okay, in your life?
In my life and also in church, because that's when we had started out. So there was no service. And I liked it. Okay. So we just meet on Tuesday and on Thursday.
So the rest of the week, because you're not at work?
I'm not at work, so I'm just, trying to make my family understand that God has actually told me not to go to work.
So uko tu.
And it didn't make sense.
Basically, wanasema uko tu.
Niko tu hapo hivyo tu.
Because you also had to go back home.
Yeah, because I had to go back home eventually, because now how am I going to be parent? How am I going to sustain my lifestyle? Because I had a lifestyle. And then, so I'm also trying to figure out, because it was not as clear. Yeah. Ministry for me, in my previous life, not my previous life. Previously, I was in the praise and worship. Okay. So it's all I knew. Yeah. So I thought praise and worship, but I'm wondering, kwani lazima nifanye praise and worship kasi kwa job? Na ni Sunday peke yake. It didn't make sense. So I was also trying to figure out, what is God saying? What does He want me to do? Yeah. And during that time, now when it was clear that He wants me to be in ministry, like not full time, but committed to ministry, that's ushered me now into
a wilderness
in itself.
Because you moving to your folks' place, leaving work, so finances are cut off. It's also a wilderness in itself, but you're still not sure what exactly this is about. Yes. But now when things start to become clearer, that's when you're ushered into now proper wilderness.
Yeah. Okay. Because even now when I've moved out and things, I was still had options. Options of sending CVs. I knew people in the industry, so I knew where to send. Actually, somebody had even called me for an interview because they wanted to replace their HR. So I knew people. I had options.
Yes.
And so at this point now, when I'm committed, I no longer have options because God has clearly told me I want you to get into to be fully committed to ministry. Yeah. And He tells me when I was going for that interview, when you don't get that job, I'm still God. So I knew in my knowing inside of me, I know I'm not gonna get that job.
But ulienda tu anyway.
Nilienda tu nikiwa tao. So nilikuwa na options mbili. Nimeshika hivi nipande matatu nirudi naye ama niende interview.
Kuna mchezo.
Yeah,
like I'm in town anyway.
Yeah, so it was just the two of us, me and some lady. Yeah. So I think the other, in my mind I told myself it was just for formality. Yeah. And so when he told me that, I knew I was not going to get that job. And true to that word, I didn't get the job.
You didn't get the job.
So on my way home that evening, I was having a conversation with the Lord. And I started seeing things. Okay. You know? So this is what you want me to do. You've called me into ministry, So after that, almost immediately, within that week, started getting the prophetic words. God has called you to be this. God has called you to be this. God was like, cool,
great. Cool, so this is what I left work for. Yeah. Let's go.
Even the work aspect is not coming. So I'm thinking I'll be able to still work and at the back, I'm still holding to work.
Oh, really?
Because you see, the backing I have, the kind of family I come from, women are empowered, you work, you're CEOs, you're all those things. So then there's me who's like, now you have to be a minister. Just a image ministry, see, poor sad. So the prophetic words come, and anytime a word comes,
Miriam,
wilderness.
Yani this is the word. It's like, and you feel, and the way it comes as though it's happening tomorrow. Yeah. Or it's happening next week, but you don't know that there's process.
The success that is in that statement in itself. Yeah. And then somebody's like, I wish you saw what I saw. Like, really? It's that big.
Man, God is doing her work. Yeah. It's happening.
So.
I'm doing a process.
So
formation.
Hey. And the thing about ministry is, like, you cannot be doing ministry if your soul is not right.
For sure.
It's not possible.
But you don't know that your soul is not right.
Exactly. You think you're okay. I mean, the prophecy. I'm still hearing God.
Yes. And I'm going to church. I'm serving. I'm doing all the things. Cynical grow. We go up from here.
Yeah. I mean, go church. I mean, how else?
What did that look like?
My God, the journey began now where God needed to now purge me. Literally, when Jeremiah says that you are the potter and we are the clay, like that chapter is so clear in my mind. Like I know it word for word. Yeah. Like He takes the clay and He puts it together to how He. The potter wants the vessel to look
right.
And so that journey began, and it was a very painful one because there was a lot of loss in terms of friendships. I remember that year, that September, because that's on my birthday is in the time that was very casual with God. I used to do like birthday parties and things like that. Yeah. So this particular one, I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't plan it. My friends then.
Oh, your BFF then?
Yeah.
It's okay. You were about to say BFF, but it's the past. I'm here now.
So they put together something small for me. And on my way there, I knew.
This is it.
That was the last time I was going to see them. Or even be in that kind of company.
Environment. Yeah. Because it's not really a godly environment. No.
And the Lord put it in my heart that I should tell them that I'm actually born again. And the funny thing is that my closest BFF at the time was gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
very
Miriam.
Cute, my God. So,
my sister,
that idea in itself, it didn't sit well with me. But I knew I needed to do that. So that's exactly what happened. I got there. We were so happy to see each other, but my heart was just like, oh my God, I'm seeing you for the last time. And after all the celebration,
the friendship?
I did actually, because we were friends for like 6 years.
Well, that's a long time.
Yeah, we had built, friendship.
Yes.
So after the celebration, we sat down and it was like, so I had to tell them, because they had started noticing the changes.
That you're being weird.
Nowadays, you're not going out.
Yeah. Kwa nini uendi out?
Mbona nini? Si unanajua ni pesa uko nayo lakini how come? Why are you not talking to us the way you used to talk to us? Something like that. So those questions came up, and now when they came up is now when I was able to tell them, what, guys, I'm born again. So this BFF was so upset, he stormed out.
Oh no.
And I was like, okay, sasa umenifanya. So the other one was like, me totally understand. But then that thing really stayed with me for a while.
Yeah.
It sat with me for a while because
Yeah.
like, God, he needs to be okay.
I hope so.
Regardless, he needs to be okay.
Yes.
And I know God took care of it. And so the other one, the lady is called Shakira. Shakira told me, I totally understand because I'm also trying to, find a way for myself.
Yes.
And if that is the path that you've chosen and it works for you, then I'm happy for you.
Great.
Then the other one was like, I can't believe it. Like, you
That
better.
would have probably been me. That would have probably been me. You abandoning us?
So does that mean we're not going to be hanging out? I'm like, well.
But they must have really liked you.
We really-
It's so weird. You know, Miriam, we don't know you like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually don't know you like that. That there are actually people that can testify to you like people and you like being around people and you had people that you allowed into your space.
When I
So
look at it,
interesting.
sometimes I think that I had really masked.
Was it the pain
A
of that
lot.
friendship? Say therapy, but anyway, maybe the pain of the friendship has made
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
cut
maybe.
back on friendships.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. It was different. Anyways, so, I knew that was there. And actually, that night, I didn't even spend the night there. I had to
Yeah.
go back home because now
Oh,
there's
yeah.
nothing else.
And
that
you've
was the
never seen
last.
them again?
I've never seen them. They blocked me.
What? Oh, yeah.
They all blocked me. Want nothing to do with me.
Gosh.
But it's okay. I totally understand. So
Yeah.
anyway, after that, the loss, as I said, that
Yes,
was
began.
loss.
So
of
the
course.
friendship was one of the biggest losses.
yeah, for
Other,
me it was.
financially, ilikuwa ishaanza.
Financially, ilikwishaanza at the time because even I had tried purchasing some things and they costed me a lot, and then zikapotea. Yeah, the loss was really interesting. So I started losing money, and even with that now, the shedding off began, and now I had to. In as much as I was in church,
Yes.
I didn't really fully know the church language.
Yes.
So I needed to learn the church language.
Okay,
Christianese. You know how do people, talk? What kind of conversation do you actually have? I remember there's a time we were having conversations with Akina Sophie, and I talked about something that like,
What
don't
is
say that here.
Oh, really?
It was so funny.
But church people are interesting. Kama mtu ametoka tu kwa world aki ajui.
Right? And like, you really don't say that. Really
Yeah.
don't say. So because I had a past, but I didn't really know about my future. Like, so I really talked about my past a lot.
Yes.
My pastor was not pretty. So I had a lot of learning to do.
Yes.
And also now being introduced into the church spaces where I know how to talk to people.
Yes.
I know how to the language, the pastoral language.
Really?
Yeah, those are things I needed to learn.
But also, like, I just want to go back to the character development, because you had mentioned about the soul issues first, and I know that that's one of the things that really kind of brings to surface and removes first before tuingie mambo ya I'm trusting you with my sheep. So, like, what was that? What were some of the things that were exposed about your character and your heart at that time that the Lord was like, now the finyangwing, this is what we need to undo.
Yeah. First of all, I was very fake. I was so fake. Yo.
Oh my God!
Like, I was so fake that even when I'll try praying, I was like, no, I'm actually...
No.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Oh my! Even in prayer, sister.
Let me tell you, I managed to put a face, to know how to speak to people, because why not?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. I'm learning. You need to learn how to speak to people.
Yeah.
It was like, image, come here.
Yeah. So my image was really fronted.
Do you feel like God really exposed you?
He did.
Yeah.
Oof, my God, he really exposed me. But he didn't expose me from a point of shame.
Yes.
It was from a point of, this is not you.
Yeah.
I want you to know yourself. So the only way you can know yourself is by knowing what is currently there, deal with it, and allow now what is yours to do.
Yeah.
To come in. So
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Okay.
So the first thing that he exposed me about is that I was so fake. Number two is that I had forgiveness issues.
Bitterness.
I was so unforgiving. So I carried a lot of people.
Ukikosea tu kidogo ni hivyo sawa.
Yeah, let me tell you. And I think that's one of the things, which was a bad thing, that motivated me to get money. Because I needed to prove some things.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
so even people pleasing came up.
Yes.
What else came up that was really huge? That image thing. That whole thing was just image.
Yes.
How it was important for me to see how people viewed me.
Yes, how they
and even just
perceived
to be accepted
Yes.
and wanted and loved.
With that image,
Yeah, with
so
that
unataka si
image.
tukubali fake.
Yeah.
Itakuwa hard.
Silly
Miriam.
work.
For
a short time. Yeah,
it doesn't build anything
That's the
genuine.
thing,
It
because
doesn't
sometimes
build.
you eventually realize how empty you are. Because now
Yeah.
you're no longer feeding that thing, So that God really, he really exposed those
Yeah.
things. And now the thing is that I was scared at first because now I didn't know this is all I knew. Like I didn't know how else or what else to see or to expect. And so
Right.
now he sent me to the Word.
Okay.
So it was important for me to go to the Word so that
That's
I know.
something you need to learn the new.
Yeah. What is the new me? What does it mean? And it was back to basics, which
Okay.
was very interesting, which was like, I'm a new creation in Christ
Yeah.
Jesus. What does that mean? What does it mean when he say I'm the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus? So those are things I learned.
Okay.
And the Lord took me through it.
Yes.
Because I needed to do away with
All of that.
all that nonsense.
Before, because he had big plans for you. Before
major,
even your
major.
husband came.
Major. And the funny thing is that at some point I told God I don't want them anymore. I don't want this real me anymore. It's painful. I'm losing things and people and influence and all those things I thought I had.
Power.
Yeah, I mean,
Impact with phony. You have
Yeah.
impact with phony.
and it's painful, It's painful. But eventually he gave me the grace to really
To go
endure
through it.
and come out this other side.
I
Yeah.
think God is so good.
Yeah.
He gives you the capacity. Because if you quit,
Then
so what are you going back to? There's nothing to go back to.
Yeah.
You can only look forward. Okay. So then how does this lead to the preparation of... So, because I feel like your journeys of wilderness is really preparation of ministry and marriage all at the same time. But did you really know that that's what God was doing?
remember I told you that I was not necessarily interested in marriage.
Yes,
So
yes.
the first thing he did is put that desire in me.
Oh, you began to desire
marriage. I would like to get married. So I knew that was not me. I had nothing to do with
All right.
it, So when he did that, that in itself now made me realize, okay, now so how do I get to this point?
Oh,
so that curiosity is what
so
God
lovely.
worked with.
Yeah.
And he began now to show me, you really do have dad issues. You can't
Deal,
get married
sister,
with
deal.
those issues.
You're
need
looking
to
for
deal
your
with them.
father.
Like, you just finished that. Like, there's this part.
Unaweza ulikuwa unasema unamaliza moja unaingia ingine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I remember one time the Lord tells me go to Heaven's Gate for prayer.
Okay.
And I was there for I was supposed to be there for 3 days. I ended up being there for 21 days.
21.
21 days because
Maombi.
I realized, maombi too by the
Ile
way.
ya chai
That's
tu.
I love we're not eating.
Yes, ndio. Hey, milk.
Let me tell you, that's I think now where my prayer life was birthed.
Yeah.
Because there are things now he began to show me, and he taught me how to war. Because it was a lot of warfare.
Yes.
So I had to forgive my dad. I had to forgive when I was 12. I went through attempted rape twice. Yeah,
Same person.
Same person, different times.
Wow.
And my dad, now this guy, now other people who did stuff and and things like that.
Yeah.
I needed to forgive those guys. And if the common denominator about these people is that there are people who are close to me.
Yo. And they hurt you.
Yeah. You see, now I want to get married to a man who is going to be very close to me.
Yes.
Trust issues zitakuwa tu kwa
Of course.
zitakuwa zinarenta huko itu.
It's true.
It's not possible.
Oh, no.
So those are the things I needed to go through, and the journey began.
Yes.
I didn't think there were that much until now. I realized 2 years in, I'm still single. So after 2 years is when now.
Also, even after the 21 days prayer, because I remember after the 21 days prayers, you had to go back to your dad and say, but
And
dad,
apologize,
forgiven you
yeah.
and apologize and all that, and have that thing with your dad.
Yeah.
So you're saying even after God dealing, 2 years later, you still realize that you're single.
Yes.
Is it
I
within
was
that
still
same?
very single, actually.
Wow.
I was still very single.
Even after the
because
desire had been planted. So 2 years before desire ikakuwa planted, na bado uko single.
nobody was single, and
Okay.
here's why. It's because when you destroy something, you need to replace whatever that place with it, right? So because there was a lot of destroying, there was a lot of bringing down, there was a lot of things that needed to be demolished.
Right.
So God wanted now for me to build. So this time it was already a desolate land.
Yes.
It needed to be rebuilt, but now founded on the truth.
Yes.
So that was the first year. Now the second year is now when the building began.
Okay.
How did the building began? I started again scripture. What does God say about marriage? What does it say about character? What does it say about dealing with people? What does it say about how we should treat one another and
Yes.
things like that? Those are
Yes.
things now he was teaching
Relationships.
me.
Yeah.
Relationships. How do you view people?
Right.
How do you deal with people when they're you're upset and things like that?
Yeah.
So that's
So
now
those
the
2 years of
building.
just God helping
Yes,
you.
it was destroying and now rebuilding. So now after those 2 years, actually now when I started dating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that first of all you started dating her, because I felt really bad that badonge have kungoja tena na uko ready. You know, I've done the workload. But so tell me about meeting our brother Fabian and how like after meeting him, what, because I really know the story, but please just try bring in our audience into bringing him coming, but how come there's still delay in that area, and he's come. So now tell us how you meet your husband and the process thereafter.
We were friends. Okay, not friends. We knew each other from the previous church.
Okay.
So when I moved to City Lighters, he also was part of the City Lighters as well.
Okay.
But from the peripheral.
Yeah.
So we continued our friendship. Then one time, in the many times that because in those 2 years, I think that's the most times I've been to the mountain. I think in a month, I'll go for a week. Every month. Serious? I was always at the prayer mountain. Hey, Manzi, it was so funny. So when the last time, ndio sasa ningekuwa relationship, the Lord now gave me a word. And I knew it was time for me now to date, because I knew before then I knew I was not ready to date. Okay. So I knew it was time for me to get into dating. And now the next prayer was, okay, my husband. And in making those prayers, I started having dreams, seeing my husband and things like that. So I knew the physical, but I didn't know the face.
Right.
Anyway, so this guy comes to church. I'm already serving in church. I'm fully committed in the things of God. And, you know, we continue talking. So one of the days in church, our pastor, our reverend, he loves it when we talk to one another.
To do is like your neighbor.
So he said, look at your neighbor.
That thing works, eh?
Let me tell you, it works. And it's so funny because that morning when he came to church, I was so used to him. But that morning there was something different about him. It was not his outfit. No, it was not how he spoke. No, there was just something like, hey, my God. Anyway, until Reverend like, to look at your neighbor. So me, I'm looking at my neighbor.
But then Reverend destiny helper.
Let me tell you, what was changing the of you too? Was he fine? You know, as he follow through, because you just never know.
Hey.
So Pastor said, have you looked at your neighbor? Say hi to your neighbor. So me, I'm looking at my neighbor, and let me tell you, I'm looking at this one, I'm like, God damn it, I'm sorry. Yo.
Such a genuine reaction because it was true.
It was true. That was actually my reaction.
Man.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, let me tell you, literally, and I say this, literally, I know how it felt when Paul's scales were off his eyes. Because that's what I felt. And like, I've been with this guy all through. Yeah, but he looks different. Like, why? So that evening, I was so excited to get home. Because I need to have a conversation with God.
I'd be like, who is that?
Is he him? Is him he?
Because you had not seen him.
I had not seen him.
But then in the dreams, you've been seeing the physique.
Yeah, I've been seeing a physique. And this man, I've been with him every Sunday, every weekday. In fact, people saw it.
Yeah.
And they're like, you guys look good together. Like, he's my brother.
So my brother.
But that day,
brothership, huh?
Let me tell you,
because one day,
I don't have space.
No, he's just my
because
brother.
Because of just how packed they are in the press.
Brothers kibao.
Yo.
Skills need to follow.
And they fell.
Ukaenda kuongea na God.
So many kind of what is this? What is this? I couldn't get his face off my mind.
Yeah.
And so I was like, anyway, I could be excited because at that time, in as much as I was not looking at other people, I was just, I'll get excited.
Of course.
So I talked to God and he didn't give me a response.
Of course.
So
unless you sabotage yourself.
Yeah. Like, so I like you and I know you like me and you're my husband. Well, let's do this. Why not? So that journey, I didn't know he liked me.
Okay.
At the time.
It's true because when do umeona?
Yeah, mimi nimeona. Na sijaambiwa nimeongea na God ajanishuka na ni like. So I started those prayers. Those the anxiety prayers, God, if he's not the one,
tell me now.
Let him live out all my life. But
so I took a church, sindio sister?
Siende church ingine,
church ni mom.
Church ni nini?
Na ndio church yake ya destiny.
Yeah. Ni God, lakini ndani niambia please God, I wish to ni yeye. But kama si yeye,
ni sawa.
Let's go. So we started spending more time together outside even church.
Okay.
Actually, now.
Just the two of you?
Yeah, we're just hanging out. Leo kesho nadu. Asitukutane. Oh yeah, why not? I mean, So it was really nice to be liked.
Of course. You hadn't been liked for a long
For a
time.
very long time.
Yeah.
And, you know, even
like
my
to be
dress code
seen.
changed. It's nice to
Oh,
be
yeah.
seen. It's nice to be told you look nice.
Aww.
You look forward to
It's
her
like
dress
now
up.
every Sunday it's like I must dress up.
Yeah.
Na cause nilikuwa time ya makeup my sister. Nilikuwa time ulikuwa full blown face beat.
Oh goodness.
So Sunday ulikuwa excited. Na ngoja kwambia you look nice.
I couldn't wait to see him.
Goosebumps.
Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah.
so we went on these dates. All this time he's not saying anything, but
Yeah.
we're talking about marriage.
But talking about marriage in how?
Like
what is the
you know,
context?
it's like
what do you
seeing
think about marriage?
Yeah,
and
what do you think
stuff?
about marriage?
Okay.
I think this. What are your values? And things. But he's not mentioning anything. He's not even told me he likes me. But he didn't need to. His body language did the talking.
All right.
I'm like, yeah.
Lakini ka sister unasoma vibaya. Unajua pia hiyo, unajua uko in too deep. Unasema unaweza ona vitu haziko. Oh yeah.
But bado Mungu alikuwa anasaidia because unajua bado nilikuwa tu na nini na tu nashikilia vitu.
Okay.
Kustaki ku get hurt.
Oh.
And before that, actually, I was in the mountain and made a covenant with God. And I told God, my eyes are for my husband only. I will not see any other. And let me tell you,
That's exactly.
at a compliment, sikuwaipata kutoka kwa mwanaume mwingine.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I told God, the day I say I do is the day I want that covenant to be lifted. And that's exactly what happened.
No
so I
way.
never had eyes for any other man. I had no eyes for any other man other than my husband.
My goodness.
And so that covenant for me was very important.
Okay.
So
you guys are talking.
we are talking
and
about
on marriage.
Yeah.
So you haven't said anything. He hasn't said if he likes you. So when does that happen?
So towards the end of that year is when now he, you know, he's like, you know, I'm attracted to you. I like you. Like, oh, you do? You do? I do too.
Hakuna kesho, sister.
Let's do this.
Sasa ungesema, oh really, you do?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm leading.
Yeah, like,
Yes, I am
mean-
with you. Tuko same.
No, Jellico, by the time your mwaka ilikuwa inafika, and towards the end of the year, I was getting upset with God. Because like, what are we doing?
Because also he's not saying
He's not saying
How
anything.
long did it take before he even said I like
One
you?
whole year.
No way.
Yeah.
One whole year of like the
Exactly.
you have not
1 year.
defined the relationship.
From January to December, he said, I like you on November 30th. When he was proposing to me to be his girlfriend.
What?
So a whole year you're trying to figure things out.
That's very frustrating.
It is very frustrating because now everybody around you is talking about how you guys like each other, but you're not telling each other.
And then he's like, I do, but
I'm not gonna tell you right now.
I feel like
Let's
I should
wait
talk
and
to him
see.
on the side. Like, brother, a whole year.
Imagine
But anyway.
a whole year. So the end
Anyway,
of that,
so by the time unaambiwa you were starved, ulikuwa ready hata ukuwa na time ya games. Imagine I like you too.
ilifika mahali I couldn't even fetch for those things anymore.
Kai.
I was like, kama itakama ache come. If not,
Like a come.
I tried. So December 30th is when now he proposed to me.
So to date towards marriage.
Yeah, to be his girlfriend into marriage.
Okay.
I was like, yeah. So that morning the Lord had already told me
That you're going to be proposed to
yeah.
today.
So I was ready.
Okay.
And for me, at that point, it was very important for me to know, okay, where is this headed?
Yes.
God, why us? Why this? What is the purpose for this? And the Lord gave me two things. Number one, righteousness. Number two, holiness.
Whoa.
That's the foundation. And apparently he did the same with him.
Yes.
I knew this later.
Yeah.
So when we met, that's the conversation we had. And of course, we started dating.
Now you're official.
Now we're officially, we were so excited. Oh my God, we were so excited to date. My God.
Yeah.
Hata alikuwa kwa nini?
Kwa
Dry spell ingine. Finally.
Sheila is dating.
Yeah.
Mako is dating.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So you guys start to date, but there's something that happens, and I think that's what really is the gist of the whole story. Is this journey towards you being married? Because it took you about how long?
5 years.
5 years to get married. Because I came and I found you and I got married. And other people came,
Yep.
they found you,
Yep.
and they got married.
Yeah.
And I remember, because we have talked about this, so I think I want you to take us through that process of being like, bro, what's happening? And even now in church, you're just feeling like, kila mtu anakama kinipita, and now we are having kids, and and there's this place where you're just wondering, God, what is happening? And why is it not happening? So to kind of take us through that.
So the Lord talks to me and he talks to him. Okay. So what he doesn't do is that he doesn't tell us how long this dating should be. So in our excited state, we think we're going to get married at the end of this year, which was the plan. until
Alright.
COVID happened.
Okay.
COVID.
Do you
kicks
think
in.
that if COVID didn't happen, you guys would have been married, like for real, for real?
I think we would have tried to push it.
Okay.
Because we both wanted it.
Yes, yes.
So COVID happens.
Okay.
COVID happens. He's in the hospitality industry. That was one of the most affected industries.
Yes.
So for him, he was blessed enough to be going to work.
Okay.
So going to work meant he cannot come back home.
Yeah.
So we were not meeting because there was the lockdown was ongoing.
Yes.
So we're not meeting as much, but we are talking on
On
call.
call.
But even when we are talking on call, it's not as much because he's still needed on the other
So
on the
he's
other
so
side.
busy.
He's so busy. By the time we are talking in the evening, he's so tired.
Right.
He's just blacking out
So over a period of time.
over a period of time. So that happens the whole of 2020.
Oh.
And
okay.
remember that our proposal was on 2019 December 30th.
December.
So this 1 year is the time we're supposed to be building our
The relationship, like for real, for real.
Yeah, we're
now.
spending even more time together, you know. And that's now where the problem was because we were never spending time together. So 1 year goes by and then there's the second year.
So wewe ushazoea hata kukabila boyfriend. Uko na boyfriend lakini hata
Mimi
uko tu sawa. Yeah.
nikakasirika, nikachokasirika, nikasema there's nothing. I think I expressed every level of frustration.
Yes.
But you see, at this point, there's nothing he would have done.
That's
it was
true.
beyond him.
That's true.
And it was also beyond me.
Yes.
So, come 2021, we are not. The building that was supposed to take place in 2020 is not happening. So 2021, we are still like strangers.
My goodness.
So at this point, we can't even talk about marriage. Because bado hatujajuana vizuri. We are not spending time.
Yeah.
So 2021, things isn't up a little bit, but we are still...
The distance has come.
This distance has
and
come.
to find a way to reconnect.
It was really difficult because he had already found a routine that works for him.
Right.
I had found a routine that works for me. So reconciling these two was very difficult. And the more we stayed apart, the more our hearts learned to live without each other.
Na sasa mnafaa ku learn to live with each other.
And we were supposed
in
to learn to
marriage.
live. Which is so funny because when we started dating and we went to see our best couple, they told us, you guys, make sure you don't date for more than 2 years. Because one or two things will happen. It's either you'll drift apart
Yes.
or you'll sin.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And it's like he knew something was coming.
Yeah.
No matter how much show.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. So we
That you
drifted.
drifted apart.
We drifted apart.
Yeah.
And by the time we're getting into 2022, we are having the conversation on marriage, but I feel it's not yet.
Yes.
There's some
But
things.
also because I remember when by the time we were in this space now, you guys are you're dating officially, yes, but your dates are with groups.
Yeah.
Nikibaidha nikiwapata nilikuwa like
Yeah.
mnashanga tu na watu
Na
hata
watu
amkwangi
tu.
pamoja.
It was so bad because now we didn't know what to say to each
say
other
to
when
each
we were together.
other.
So it was easier when you're with others so that you can have combined conversations.
Yes.
And whenever we're together, we'll just talk about ministry.
Because both of you love ministry.
We love ministry, and there's nothing else that is working as of that moment other than ministry.
But you guys still choose to pursue marriage, even though there's this weird space that you're in.
Yeah,
Okay,
we did.
so tell me.
We had those conversations.
Yeah.
Between every year, because I had to wait for him to tell me now I'm ready to do the traditional whatever.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me that. He will always say, God has not told me. God has not told me. And it's true. God had not said, because I also consulted, you know, and it was still not time. So
Are you
we wait.
So let me talk about your relationship with God before I go back to my brother Fabian, because you'll think that it's him, but really God is also in this story.
Oh, yeah. He
So
is.
like, what is your communication with God towards this thing and the frustration and the venting? Like, I can only imagine like, well, you know, we talked about this. You told me you're the one who put this thing in my hand. Tell me about that.
That was really difficult because there are so many times I wanted to walk away. Because I didn't feel like he you know, of course, he was not the problem, but I didn't feel like he was ready for me.
Na walk already.
Na mimi niko ready.
Unajua God didn't prepare for 2 years.
Yeah.
God, I didn't prepare for 2 years. My brother, please don't waste my time.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I mean, if you're not in a hurry for this thing, you might as well just, you go your separate, I go your separate. But I remember the word.
Yes, you had a word.
You had a word.
And you knew.
And exactly. Like
Yeah.
there are times on end when God showed up and told us through people.
Yes.
You know, prophetically.
Yes.
Even us on individual basis. So
Munajua.
the word was the same.
Lakini
Venye vitu
Physically.
zinaenda, hizi vitu mbili haziendanishi.
ni kama mna force
Nika
sasa.
tuna force. Tunakani kama ama mpaka unamuza ama unani like.
Usinikumbushe hizo siku sister. Do you love me?
Yeah.
Just say now.
Yeah. Because why are we wasting time?
Yeah.
But the thing about it is that when God gave us that word. Of course, He didn't give us a date.
Yeah.
And according to us, we thought that it's automatic. But God needed to deal with us on an individual basis, because towards the end of 2023, we decided we're going to do it and do it our own way.
Yes.
And have our traditional wedding. We did our first traditional wedding, and the actual wedding.
So the introduction was great.
Well, the introduction was great.
Oh, and then you guys had also formed a committee because we were working
we're
towards this.
we're both ready. We're both ready.
And then there's a traditional day.
Yeah.
Ikafika.
The thing is that was our own way.
Yeah.
God was
because hata
working it.
mulidu ndoa. Whether mulidu mkamaliza ndoa. Tukafika siku ya Rurashio.
Yeah.
Was a no show.
Yeah, no show because it was our way. Not
you know your tagline lazima ndeka. He proposed, but he didn't show up.
He didn't show up, you know. And that one, that broke the both of us. It broke him.
I remember that day.
And it broke me.
But also, even your with God, I know you have a word, but it must have been very confusing. That God, what are you doing?
It was, because sometimes God will just be quiet.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reassurance
right.
that you guys are on the right track.
Yeah.
He's not saying anything. He's just silent. So you don't know what to do. Sasa tukishautia hana nguvu ya kufanya anything.
It's true.
You know, even if you walk away then.
Yeah.
So I remember we went and saw our best couple, and like, you know, we feel like it's taking too long. Like I told you, but he didn't tell us what to do.
What to do?
He just told us,
no
go
direction.
back to God.
Yeah.
Because it is God who brought it together.
Yeah.
And talk to God concerning this matter. I miss kurudi tena.
Kwa sababu after no Rurashio tunadu nini?
Tunadu nini? You know, so when we decided to go and see Pastor George, we actually broke up.
Yeah.
We broke up.
Of course, I remember that period, how after the literally on the day of the Rurashio, everybody is dressed up and ready.
Yeah.
But our brother and
they
the people
decide
don't come.
We're not ready to come.
And it's dealing with the shame and the embarrassment of where are they, what is happening. The rest of the family doesn't know, and they don't understand that you guys have not been communicating for 2 years.
They don't know. They don't know the backstory.
They have no idea.
They have no idea.
You told them come for Rurashio.
Yeah, and they were happy to come for Rurashio.
So
and
which one?
With us.
Which one?
You know,
but they ate rice.
Yeah.
But I remember the devastation of that day. And you did try to keep it together for everybody that day.
I did.
But after that week was
you
broke.
You
broke.
I broke.
Because this feels like you have been waiting for it for such a long time.
And at some point I felt like God was a liar.
I know.
Why would you allow this to happen?
Yeah.
But looking at it from this point, it's like he was not the issue. We were.
I addressed that person that feels like, God, I went out and I did it. And you had said already, I did it. And then you didn't come through. I'm done. So like, address that person because, well, I can be that person. I have been that person many times. But before you realize you are the problem. So I think touch on that kidogo before you go on to breaking up. So
the problem with that is that sometimes we actually don't go back to God and ask, is it now?
Is it now?
Is it today?
Yes.
So when God gives us a word, the first thing you do is you're already outside. You're not waiting to hear.
Going.
Yeah. See your word.
See your word is powerful, sharper, living.
Yeah. So we figure it out as we go, you know. So you end up getting into a place or a situation or a relationship that you were supposed to be part of.
Right.
But the timing. You know,
the timing is key.
Yeah, so you feel like God has, you know, it's like he lied, you're getting frustrated. But actually, God is not the problem.
Right.
You are the problem because you didn't sit and wait. To hear when this thing is supposed to happen. So that was us. You know.
So how did you come back to in good terms with God first before you even start dealing with what are we doing, my guy?
So when the process of me healing and dealing with this thing began, because it was almost immediately after the botched Rurashio, is I had to sit down with God and cry.
Of course.
Like how
because it still stung.
Yeah, it did. It did because now it brought bitterness in my heart. You know, I was so bitter. I was even bitter with my husband. I was so bitter with everybody. I was so upset because it was exactly 2 months to our wedding. Remember?
Yes.
Sometimes the thing was sometimes in August. Then the wedding was on October. And so I was like, then why will you, God, allow us to continue this thing and plan this thing? But you know what? During that process of planning, there were signs that we're not supposed to proceed with this thing. But we still carried through. We didn't have ease.
It's true.
And that's one of the things you know that God is not in this thing, is that there's no ease. You know, and there's no grace to carry you through. Muna struggle.
Muna strain sana,
you know.
because even to the night before, you knew.
I knew.
But still.
You know, and you know, God is not unfair.
Yeah.
And he cannot put it.
Alisema by the time yangu
na
bado.
nikage signs over and over again.
Yeah.
But na ukajua hizo signs nakupatia ndio, you know, not to proceed with this thing, with this matter. So after that, now I started the journey of now dealing with the bitterness, with the anger towards God. You know, of course, almost instantly I knew God was not the problem. And he started to bring out now those
But it
beats.
came after venting.
Yeah, a lot of venting. Now God was like, I didn't
I was
know
telling
that.
a friend of mine, you have to let God into your ugly so that he can tell you by then. Now, after so ushaitoa, now even though iko, then you go like, oh yeah, okay.
And a lot of crying actually.
Right,
You're crying a lot because now you realize, hey, kitu mimi ndo nijingiza.
Right.
So it got to a point, of course, because of a lot of shame that came with it, for me especially, I had to end that relationship. So I remember calling my husband at the time. I was like, this relationship can't continue. I don't have what it takes to continue with this relationship. And we broke up the day immediately a day after the planned wedding, which our wedding was on the 21st.
Yes.
So on the 20th, so we broke up on the 21st.
Wow.
And then my husband was like, oh, let's go and see
Your best couple.
our best couple and let them know, which was the following day was a Sunday.
Yeah.
And just let them know that we've ended this relationship.
Imeisha.
So we went to our best couple.
Because pia alikuwa like sawa.
Yeah, I mean, sasa unitakuwa force.
Sasa kama,
No,
it's true. It's true.
So we went to our best couple that following day. So we are single. He's single, I'm single.
You've already made up your...
yeah.
You decreed and declared.
Yeah, we even prayed.
Yes. Oh.
Of our breakup.
Oh.
Yeah, we
you
did.
guys are so spiritual. Stop it.
And we disconnected anything that binds us, every emotional tie. Salt. Yeah.
Mole break back a soul tie.
Yes, we are not going anywhere with anything else.
So I'm taking your emotional bond. I break it now.
You know me, I want to get married. I need to move forward fast. Unaweza pata mtu within 1 year anyolewa. Sasa ndio nimebeba vitu. I need to really
Ya kuomba huko umeniambia this is so good. No way. Homukombeana.
tukashikana mkono.
I break it. We break it now.
Yeah, every emotional tie.
In the name
every
of Jesus.
soul tie.
I break
words
it.
that you have spoken of love to one another. We did not.
Oh my God, stop.
We cancel and nullify every agreement that you have.
Our ministry,
Oh, you should have seen us.
Guy.
Oh yeah, I prayed and then he prayed. We prayed in tongues.
Hata mliomba in tongues at that point.
Yes, una break. Lakini you just saw see tongues ni ile uchungu.
Of course.
Yeah, because you still love this person.
Of course.
You know, so
but
what
of course. Hiyo part haujainiambia Miriam.
Tuliomba. Hi,
Tushikane ni mkono. Hiyo ndo itakuwa tagline, we prayed to break up.
Na tuka decide we go have a happy life, me I'll have a happy life.
And so so sasa tunaenda kuona best couple to say.
So tunaenda make it official to our accountabilities.
Yes. Yeah.
So with the following day we went to accountabilities. Me at a church niko nishaanza kuona watu. Please
don't remind me. Hiyo kitu hadi wa leo inanichekesha. Ulikuwa ushaanza kuona potential. Si tume break soul tie.
I mean,
si tume break emotional bonds.
My past. That's my past now. It belongs there. So
potentials. The scales have fallen off towards
my eyes need to be open. So after service, you know, we went and saw our best couple, and you know, we told them what happened.
Yeah.
And they listened to us, and then they told us, whatever you guys are going through has a solution. Like we know, you know.
We're just choosing no.
Yeah, I personally, and I was actually the one who was speaking. Like me, I don't have the capacity for it. I don't have the capacity to continue this relationship. So I think it's best if we just go our separate ways. You know, maybe later in life, if it's God's will, we'll come back together.
Right.
So he listened to us. Then he told us, "I'm giving you 7 days. Seek the Lord in 7 days. Then come back on Sunday. Let's have this discussion. If we'll still be feeling the same way,
Sawa, who are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what happened. So by the time we were leaving their presence,
so
I was like,
confused.
okay, what has just happened?
I'm
supposed to be single. Why am I having this feeling?
I'm already looking at other people.
I've already broken ties.
I'm no longer emotionally bound.
I am not. I don't even think I'm interested anymore.
But now you have 7 days of seeking the Lord.
I was so confused. Yeah. So.
But then, is it the same period that you guys told Rev? That 7 days.
We told our best couple on Sunday, and then we went and saw Rev and Pastor Pauline on Wednesday.
Okay.
So it's the same week.
It's the same 7 days.
So we go to your father. You know, when you go to your father, now whatever he says,
here
it goes.
What did he say?
Because he told us, so you're not cheating.
No.
So you want to break up because you've seen each other's blind spots and now you've decided you can't deal with it. That's your problem.
What?
I don't think you people... I remember it's like, you're joking. That's what he told us. You're joking. Hey. I don't know when he says that, he means
means it.
Like, yeah, but if you've decided that's after he's told you that.
You're joking now.
Anyway, whatever you decide.
Even you go back and think about your life.
Like, what have we decided by
Oh my God.
So I really had to go. Because honestly, if it was not for those two couples,
conversations.
Let me tell you, I don't think I would have thought about it. I was done, according to me. So that made me go back and now ask the Lord, okay, God, know what is happening? I'm confused. What is going on? I don't want to continue this dragging this thing. I just want to know if you're moving forward. Yeah. And so God was quiet. And so come Sunday, we meet with Fabian and, we are just having conversations. Like, me, God doesn't show anything. And him was like, God, I'm sure, but I can't say it until you're on the same page.
Yes.
So like, fine, we'll seek out.
But you're also still hurt?
I'm hurting. Okay. I'm hurting because, you see, it was a day after our wedding.
Yes. So it may carry a lot of emotion with it.
And it is so funny because that morning when I woke up, nilipata maji imejaa kwa nyumba. Like nilikuwa nige kwa nyumba. So I had no time to mourn.
There was so much going on.
Hakuna your time.
Maji imesambaratika.
I maji the whole day from morning till 4 p.m. The Lord made sure I was busy.
Hakuna time since I could grieve.
So after some time is now when we got back together and I was like, you know what? I think
after how long?
After like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thereabout is when we got back to
So what did you hear from the Lord that made you make that decision?
He told me I'm giving a new man. So when he told me that, I was so happy.
You're like, a new boyfriend.
Yeah, it's gonna have that feeling again.
You didn't know it was this new man?
This new man. Yo. Sometimes I feel like God
had a sense of humor.
Like
God had a sense of humor.
I was even ready to buy new outfits. Yeah. This man is gonna find me new.
You were going for...
Yeah, I was ready. So yeah, I remember I used to make those prayers. I was praying, God, this man, he must be a man in ministry. I'm still praying for the same things I prayed about my husband. Of course. So I knew it's gonna happen.
Yeah. But you said kusema yes to Brother Fabian.
Yeah, I had to.
What was the hard
still in love with him?
Oh yeah, you still really liked him.
I still really liked him.
Head over heels.
Number 2, I started seeing the things that God had said He was gonna do between us and in us.
Yes.
And now, when
did he propose to you, like, be my girlfriend? Or
we started afresh because it was one of the things that the Lord instructed us to do. Yeah. To start over, to start afresh. You're not going back to what was. You're starting afresh. Yeah. So we started dating again. Yes. He proposed. We started dating again. This time, we were so much in a hurry. Yeah. Within a very short time, I was proposed for. We did our ratio. Yeah. This time we showed up. Yeah. We did our wedding. Like, everything just... And there was so much ease. There was so much grace. But also you guys did put in a lot of work to rebuild the connection. Yes. And also your best couple was very instrumental to your premarital preparation. Because yes, you are dandoa, but sister, clearly. So mulikuwa mna need one-on-one. And that's what they did for you guys. A lot. They really did a lot of work in helping us rebuild. Right. Because it was God bringing... separating two people, deal with them, then bring them together. Remember the story of the potter and the clay? Yes. That's exactly what it was. Because in the third verse it says, the clay is made to be a vessel that God accepts. Oh. Like He says, okay, this is exactly how I want it. So that was us. So you guys needed to go through the process of God. We needed, and you didn't even know that it was coming. Like we didn't see this culmination. Right. Because everything led to this time. Yeah. So I want to get into the manifestation of the promise because it was so good. So yes, you guys date and you date intentionally. You start going on dates together. You leave us. Now as group people, you've left us. Now it's just the two of you. And now there's a lot of things that you guys are learning about one another. And now he goes back to dad, to your dad, to apologize, and that is they give him a go ahead. And you guys have another ratio that I wasn't a part of because I had my baby. Yeah, which is very sad, but it's okay. I was there for the first one. Wedding. At least you were there for the wedding. The wedding I had to be. There was nothing that was stopping me, sister. We've talked about all these things were called. All these things were called. It was crazy days, low days, a lot of tears and a lot of confusion and wondering God and.
So it was a full-blown celebration when your wedding came. But as much as that you are saying there is ease, I remember that we also really had to back this thing in prayer, because mulikuwa mmepigana vita mob.
Yes.
And it would have been ridiculous of us to just think,
it's just gonna happen.
It's just gonna happen.
Automatic, yeah.
No. But we used. So we're getting into the manifestation of the promise, Miriam. All these things that God had told you about before. But then leading towards the wedding, yes, you've talked about how much easier it was, the flow, meeting dad, apologizing to dad, getting the green light to move forward. You guys do the Rura show that I was not a part of, which is fine. And then the wedding. Now you guys are working towards the wedding. And I remember that time we got into prayer, because it's like we had to bat this thing in prayer. Ilikuwa imepigwa vita mob. And I think I want to touch on the spiritual aspect a little bit, because a lot of people think these things are just things that happen in the physical, but actually there's a lot of combating that needed to be done, a lot of undoing and doing that needed to be done in the spirit realm to establish this thing on ground. So leading up towards your wedding, your bridesmaids, us guys would get up at 5 once a week, and we would pray, and God would really, the presence would be so there, and we saw this thing happening. So talk about that spiritual side of needing to see by the kitu see automatic. Na usidhani utamka tu upate iko. There's an adversary. You wrestle not against flesh and blood. Yeah.
Actually, what I want to say is that that whole entire process, from the time we started dating to the time we got married, it was warfare after warfare after warfare. And I think now this last one was the culmination of everything.
Yes.
So this whole process was very spiritual, because there was a need for a birthing, as you say, of something that had a promise to it.
Yes.
It kind of like an Isaac situation.
Yes.
Whereby he was the promise.
Right.
But by the time we were getting there was 100 years later.
Yes.
And it was after, there was a lot of things that happened in between, so that Isaac can be born. And it gives you the understanding of how spiritual, anything that God has said, it's spiritual.
It's spiritual.
Be ready. And when the Bible says that we are not this... am I forgetting that verse and the way I know it? This one of warfare when we
wrestling,
fight.
not against flesh and blood.
This other one for
the weapons of our warfare.
Not the other one for. We keep saying when they raise their hand, their mouth, their tongue in judgment, we shall condemn.
Oh, no weapon formed against.
No weapon formed.
Sister Pastor Sheila
combating. I'm a warrior.
Yes,
anyway.
Yes, it's true. Ulifundishwa tu your mountain times ulifundishwa how to walk.
So the moment we say that no weapon formed against us shall prosper, we have declared war.
Yes.
We have declared war.
Yes.
So for the weapons to come, there has to be war.
Right.
So you find that in itself, the moment God spoke, it declared war.
Because it was a revealing in itself.
In itself,
what prophecy is a revealing.
Yeah.
And you think the enemy is just going to sit there and be like, destiny is attached. Oh, great, my jurisdiction. This is my turf.
Yeah. No, that's not how it works. The moment you have declared, first of all, the moment God is in the picture, there's war. It's going to attract war. Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that even as believers, our minds have not grasped.
Yes.
That this thing is war.
Yes.
Whether we like it or not.
There's a spiritual battle
It can be cute, but the moment you get out of the cute level, you enter to war. Because anything that is spiritually birthed is war. Right. And I mean, look at the children of Israel.
Right.
When they were birthing their boys, it was war. When Jesus was being born, it was war. Like, it was just war. And that's what surrounds the prophetic. The good thing about the spiritual warfare is that it has an end.
Yes.
You're not constantly going to be in that.
No.
And one of the things that made us pray a lot about that, especially that period, is because this thing had happened before. And the first time we were kind of easy.
Very casual about it. We didn't even know it was anything to do with it.
But now the second time, during that process, we realized this thing is not going to be as easy as we think.
Yes.
We need to get in there. And when we got in there, now we were able to
things were aligning. God was doing even provision for. It wasn't just really praying for. God provide for the tent.
No. It was not cute.
It wasn't about that.
Cute.
It was like, no. This thing must happen.
Yeah, and then
God, you must come.
Yeah, and that now brings the aspect of marriage being purpose.
Right.
it is spiritual
Yes,
first
yes.
before it is anything else,
Yes, yes.
So it has to be birthed spiritually, and the experiences don't need to be the same, but you can be sure that there are things, the wildernesses will be there.
Yes.
Because there'll be times, one of the things that our best couple taught us was marriages have seasons. It's necessary to know what season you're in. And one of the seasons that come with marriage is loss. It can be loss for anything.
Yes,
It can be loss of a child.
Yes.
It can be loss of career.
Yes.
It can be loss of a business.
Right.
Loss can be there. The other thing that you cannot, forego is that there'll be birthing. What are you birthing?
Yes.
The other season is the season of building. What are you building? There's a season of rest.
Hey, Jesus.
So knowing those things, you cannot
Right.
they're not just
You can't just
automatic.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
Sometimes you'll be
happy-go-lucky kind
frustrated
of
by
situation.
things you
That's
could have
true.
just prayed about.
And the good thing
Yeah.
about God is that He has said that before something happens, He has to tell His people.
He has to tell his people.
So it means you have to be in a constant place of discerning,
Right.
of perceiving.
Because there will be signs.
There'll be signs. Like for now, we already have acknowledged
Yes.
that anytime God speaks, we have to be ready for war.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because now you guys were prepared beforehand.
Yeah.
So hamwezi kuwa lax
Yeah,
about it.
like
Right.
even right now as we speak, my husband and I, we're entering into another season. And we have been in war. And yani mpaka siku hata siogopangi vita.
It's okay, bring it on.
Yeah, I'm ready.
But anyway, before you get into war, so the promise manifests.
Yeah, it
and you are
manifests.
married.
Yeah.
And you get married, and it's a beautiful wedding. We had so much fun. I was really loud.
Yeah.
And so hizo video bado watch.
Yeah.
It will be great.
Tutaziwatch pamoja.
Thanks. So happy unangoja kuziwatch.
Tutaziwatch.
Guy. Anyway, so I want to talk about how beautiful it was because we did talk.
Yeah.
And it was more.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was, because I feel like oftentimes when we wait, you think whatever is on the other side, either sometimes you think it's too good, or sometimes maybe it's not even all that, it's not worth the wait and nini. And of course, because it's taken so much to get here, you're at that point you're just glad it's over. But really that wasn't the case. So just kind of share how manifestation of the promise was like for you.
First of all, it was so surreal. And let me tell you something that I've learned about myself and the manifestation of the promises of God coming to my life. I'm not excited.
Yeah.
I'm so at peace. I'm so
Yes.
calm
Yes.
that it even scares me sometimes.
Really?
And that's when I know that this is the word of God that has come
Right.
to pass. Because
Okay.
I remember when my husband was reading the vows and I was listening to him. And during the 5 year we were together, he kept on saying, I don't know when I'm going to marry you,
Yeah.
but I know I'm going to marry you.
Oh.
So when he said in his vows that, remember I told you I was going to marry you, I have married you. I can't even tell you anything else he said.
But that moment.
But I remember that moment because
Yes.
it reminded me of what God said in the
Yes.
beginning.
Oh.
It reminded me that, you are going to be together. And
Yeah.
here we are.
Right.
I have fulfilled my word. It has accomplished that which I
God.
sent it to do.
Yes.
And that moment for me, I remember I kept saying, we are not going to cry today. Remember?
Right.
I didn't want anybody else crying
It's
near me.
true.
I bet we are
It's true.
celebrating.
We were in a
But at
celebration.
that moment, it just did something to my heart. And I
Yeah.
remember telling God, thank you for your faithfulness.
Right. Because that's truly
Yeah.
God's faithfulness.
It's your faithfulness.
That is a ride in itself.
And the thing about, and I find this to be a distraction sometimes,
Yeah.
is that when you get into wilderness, we get so distracted with what is not working that we forget the things that God had said earlier and they have come to accomplishment. And now you're actually living another level of
Right,
wilderness or
right.
another level of the promise
Right.
that you had not
Yes, you had not seen
perceived,
before.
And so now that you're here, He has already shown us that He's able to do it.
Right.
His word must accomplish
What He sent
that
it
He
to
has
do.
sent it to do. It must bring forth fruitfulness.
Because God is faithful.
Because He's faithful.
He doesn't say things for the sake.
No. God is not careless.
Yeah.
He's not careless with us. He's not careless with our emotions. He's not careless at all. And you realize the more you walk with the Lord, the more you journey with the Lord, you realize that thing settles.
Yes.
It just settles. Like God says something and you're like, okay, God, what do I need to do?
What do I need to do? How do I
Yeah.
position
How
myself?
how
Instead
do I
of
show
trying
up?
to force it to make it happen.
Exactly. Instead of being hysterical, paranoid, you're anxious, all those things, you realize over time those things die.
There's a level of trust that you must get into.
Yeah. Because has God said it?
Yeah.
And so you realize when people come to you and they're telling you stuff, the first thing you'll ask is, what has God said?
Yeah.
Because that is the only sure thing.
Man, I love it so much. There's also something I just want to highlight, because we earlier talked about your period of leaving work and losing friends and finances and nini. And of course, the wilderness of ministry itself was very stretching in very many ways. But even when marriage came, there are a lot of things that God alikupatia pole with.
Yeah.
A lot of things. And I just want to highlight that, because because we had touched on it earlier, I just want to bring it back. Because I remember before your wedding, you received a prophetic word, not the one that is waiting for process. So I feel like there's also that there are prophetic words that are just like are releasing or whatever God in that moment. Because you received a word before your wedding that God has remembered you. Am I correct? Is that the word? Yeah, and that's exactly alikuwa amekupatia pole kwa vitu mob.
Yes, when you've gone through shame,
right?
And he has already said that in place of shame he'll give you honor. One thing I can say is that the period before our wedding, God honored me in public.
Yes.
Because that prophetic word came from the pulpit when everybody was
looking,
and those are the same people who were there when I was going through the first watched, experiences I had, and God, using a man, spoke to me directly in front of all these people, and that for me was like, okay, God, I hear you.
Yes,
I hear you, and I'm gonna trust you in this season,
right?
Because you've already said it. So in the place of dishonor, because there was also a lot of dishonor that came with it, a lot of shame and things like that. God honored me in public, and people have witnessed that honoring,
right?
You know, because there was a shame of you're a pastor, you're single,
everybody else is nini, kwa nini uko married,
Russia, this kind of things. Then people are like, kwani navanya nombanga
wendo wako slave.
Mimi akishuka mimi ndo nakwanga kwanza kubebwa, mimi ndo nakwanga sign, he's here.
Just leave her there. But now this one, Lord, this one, it's not pretty. If that's what's serving you, looks like I don't want
it. And it's true, and that manifestation of God honoring in public.
Yeah.
And for me, that was such a big
everything.
Feeling. Yeah. And I realized later, actually, it was a big
that's what. It was a big deal for you,
because I just needed God to say something.
God vindicated you, and He made it beautiful. And all of us were there to celebrate and see. And even what has come after, just not even the different seasons in life, but also the honoring, the being able to do ministry together, the space that you have been given, even in doing ministry together. There's also so much honor there. There's so much honor there. And I'm so happy for you, my girl.
Yeah, and people just seeing what waiting on God can. It's long.
It can be long. It's delayed, but it's not denial.
Yeah, it's not denial.
But when it comes, everybody's like, oh, God, you are so good. Yeah. And it is so good.
It is so good. Because God is in it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mira, for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
So, I want to kind of wrap it up there, because to make a manifestation and the feeling of, oh my gosh, it has happened, and even the vows of your hubby. But I want to get into the manna moment. Season 2, we're having this thing called the manna moment. I know you know it because we've done this before. So, and I want to ask you the manna moment questions so that our audience can be encouraged with what you have just shared. Yeah. So it's like a quick fire, because we've heard already the gist of the story. One, what was your lowest wilderness moment?
Of course, my breakup.
Yeah. No Rurasho. I thought you would say
actually it's not Rurasho. It was the breakup.
It was the breakup.
That did something.
Yeah, and you to break ties. Your story, your story, I'm not letting it go.
I know.
What lie did you confront?
The lie that God is not in this thing.
And so you have to force it yourself.
I have to force it. I have to do it my way.
What truth then did God establish?
The truth was, I am here with you. Even in this.
So what did the promise fulfill but not replace?
It fulfilled the word that God gave us in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it didn't replace anything.
Yeah.
Actually, the thing about that word is that it has moved us forward. Even in our marriage now, we're experiencing part of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
My gosh, thank you, Miriam. Is there anything you'd like to say to our audience before you go?
if you're going through a wilderness, you know, there are two types of wildernesses. There's the wilderness that comes from the place of disobedience, and there's the wilderness that now
It's
God
just
has
God's
ushered
process,
you into.
yes.
Yeah. So if you're going through the wilderness that God has ushered you into, teach your heart to trust God in this.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the story of Peter, the disciples and Jesus, when Jesus tells them, let us go over to Galilee, to the other side.
To the other side.
And they were to go through the Sea of Galilee. And of course, as it's in the nature of a sea, there were turbulence, there were storms and things like that.
Yeah.
And they were scared because they thought they were going to die while in the boat, while in the sea, and they're never going to be found, of course. But then they remembered that Jesus was with them on the boat. So they went to Jesus.
Ile yenye alikuwa amelala.
Ile alikuwa amelala, imagine amelala na betu inaenda hivi hata iko karibu kunini. And that's one thing that I like about that story, is that they went to Jesus. You know, these were experts of the sea.
Yes.
They were fishermen, so they knew what to do.
Yeah.
You know, but they decided to go back to Christ, to help them.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what we do in this wilderness season, is that we stay with where Christ is. We go to Christ and tell him, I'm frustrated.
Right.
I'm fighting. I am giving up. I'm feeling this. Help me. Yeah.
So
and
go
then
back
he
to
calms
Christ.
the storm.
Yes.
So go back to Christ.
Yes.
Stay with Christ.
He's the one.
Yeah. He's the only one who will offer help.
So good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miriam. Well, guys, I hope you've been encouraged and blessed. I am. This story, I've heard it so many times, but somehow there's always new stuff. So yeah, God is so good. God is so faithful. God is so faithful. Stay there. He's got you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.